Hey traders! Now in the last video, we talked about the RSI and how you could use that with price action tools to actually help you pick reversals and get into trade. Now what we're going to talk about now is the MACD. Now the MACD is one of my favorites because I like using divergences, but I also like to trade intraday trends. And this tool really helps me much more than the RSI to actually pick when trends are going to continue or when momentum's actually dying and maybe I want to get out of my trade that I'm already in. So we'll see you in a second and we'll jump straight in. Brilliant. So here we go. We've got the euro dollar chart that we've been doing this whole series on so far. And what I'm going to do is put in the MACD. Now here with the MACD, we've got a couple of different things, okay? Some of them I use and some of them I don't. Now you've got the histogram, and this is going to primarily show you when the momentum is actually dying. Then you have two different MAs or EMAs, and they are going to act as crossovers and signal lines as well when you want to get in. Now, I personally don't bother with these. And the reason why I don't bother with these is because you can see the zero line here. The crossover of the EMAs is basically the zero line when the histogram is actually coming up and going into the upside, or so on again with the downside. If you can see here, that's when the histogram started going down. So I think they're actually quite noisy, and that's why I'm going to turn them off. But it's up to you if you want to keep them. Now, the difference between using the difference between using a MACD and an RSI is a MACD can actually help you identify a continuation within the trend. I know you can do that with an RSI as well, and we did that in the last one, but I prefer the MACD. And we're going to go through a couple of examples right now. So for pure example, we can actually see this one right here in front of us. Now, the RSI did do a really good job in the last video of pointing out that this move was slowing down and there was a potential area of reversal. And we have seen that now. Now we're looking at this video. You can have seen the reversal took on, wow, about 32 pips. That's quite a lot. Okay. So now we're looking at this, you can see again that we are in some equal lows. All of these are equal lows. As you can see here, these are equal lows. But you can see quite a large downside momentum with pretty much no follow through right here. So you've got large momentum and you've got no momentum in these areas here. So that's showing to me that even though price is trying to push down through a level, price is just getting absorbed. All the orders are getting absorbed around this area, and there's no momentum pushing it down. So we're going to go and find some more examples and see how we can identify other ways of getting into this trade. Now, the idea with the MACD is to get into, it's going to help us get into the trend. It's going to help us to get into any kind of trend. Doesn't matter if it's a macro trend or an intraday trend. Now, a good example here is right here. What we have is a break of a level right here. And this, if you've been with us with the other lessons in the series, you can see that this is a daily level. We've broken through the daily level, and now we've had a retracement up into a 50 fib and up to the bottom of this range that you can see here, okay? Now for added confluence, we can see we've had a break, a retest. We can put our fib right here on the 50, but also on the MACD, you can see that we've got a large divergence in price. Again, divergence in price, we've had lower highs, on price, but we've had higher highs on the oscillator. So even though that the momentum is higher here, than it was in this area, price couldn't push higher than that area. So all of this, as much as there is a lot of orders and a lot of price action in this area, it's not enough to actually break the highs and continue higher. So that is a good signal, combined with the bottom of this range, combined with a break of the level and a retest underneath the range, is a good example of where you would take your short from. Okay, for instance, let's have a look at this. Okay, what have we got here? We've got two equal highs. And what have we got here? A higher high and a lower high. It's pretty big divergence on a pretty big level of, yeah, this is not a round number, but you can see again, this is pretty big. Tried to come up, couldn't break the highs, had one attempt, couldn't break it, came down, had another attempt, couldn't break it, and then it pushed down. Okay, so there you go. What else have we got here? That's a little bit of a tricky one. This is a bit of a tricky one right there. So those are all kind of reversal type of patterns. What about a continuation? Let's have a look at some continuations. So let's say we were trading from around this area. When we've had, so trading in this area, let's say we're in this, and we're aiming for the next level up there. Once we hit this 1 hour level, price is trying to push down, but it can't break through. Now, for us, looking at the MACD, even though these are all equal levels, prices come down and hit this equal level, you're seeing, again, divergence on the MACD, okay? Now, even when we get to this area where he's had one push, one tried to break the low. So we've had 1, 2, 3, and then this one as well. When it becomes to this low, we've had two higher lows right here. So we've got the low and then the higher low, which is, again, it's not too much of a divergence because this is actually, it is pretty much the same. But if you're looking at this as a whole, you can see that this area, there's a lot of orders, but there's the momentum can't push it down. And that's when you have the continuation up to the next level. Let's see if we've got any other ones. There you go. You've got another divergence signal right here. These are super clean. These are all on a 5-minute intraday time frame. Got one here. You can see them all over the place. Let's see if we can find out one that didn't work. I can't find one at the moment. Looking back in price here. Again, seeing divergence. We got pushing up, hit a level, come back down. You can see the oscillators from this level to this level. You can see again divergence. And if you would have bought on the retest of that or bought on this level on that 1 hour, stops below maybe the impulse candle, however you want to do it, you would have got a really nice trade back up into this level. Now, I can't find any times that it hasn't worked. We're going to go on back testing. And we're going to see if we can find some live back tests and see if we can get into some nice trades. So again, all I'm going to do, I'm going to go onto a one daily. I'm going to go onto a daily chart, do something like that so we can't see what the price is doing. I'm going to go onto a 5-minute. So I'm going to pull up the MACD right now. What have we got here? Okay, so price has come back down. Let's have a look. That's on a 3-minute. I'm going to go back onto the 5-minute and see what is happening. Now, what's the time? This is not in our time session. So now we've got Asian Open. What is happening right now? No divergence. Can't see anything. Now, if I want to jump onto this trade, I want to see divergence from these levels here if I want to be getting short. But ideally, this looks like it's starting to make a reversal pattern right here, as you can see. Maybe we'll get a trade that will come up and do something like that. Let's have a look. This is now at 7 o'clock, so London still hasn't opened. Okay, so Asian lows have been taken out. We no longer have any divergence here. But we may have a divergence there. So you can see, maybe we would want to jump in on that particular trade. Let's go for it. We'll take it down to that level. Let me just wait and see. Hold on. Yeah, let's try it. We're going to take it down to that level. We're going to put a take profit back down here. And then we're going to go for the highs. Now, the reason why I don't particularly like this trade is because we've taken down the lows in London. This is, I don't know what day it is. Okay, this is a Thursday. So I don't know if we're going to come up, take these highs and just start trickling up to this next level. But we'll go with the way that the MACD says. Oof, look at that. That's why you go with the MACD. So straight away, we've got one trade in the bag. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, now we've got a divergence on the other end. Okay, so we have a divergence here. We had equal or maybe even a small one right there. Wow, we got lucky on that one. Maybe a break, retest, and a continuation trade. There's no divergence. The trend looks like it's changed. Let's see if we can get on a break and retest continuation. Don't know if you can see that. Here we go. Now, at the moment, there is no divergence in price. This has just come up to this area. It's taken all these highs. It's taken those highs. Be looking at price to come down to this level, come up to this level, sorry. So let's have a look at what price is going to do. I suspect it's going to come onto this level, maybe consolidate a little bit, and then maybe this will turn into a higher divergence, something like that. This is what I'm expecting it to do, and then we can get into another trade onto this level. Let's have a look. Okay. Okay, so I would have liked to have got in at that level, but I pressed the button too much. Doesn't matter. This is only back testing. Do something like that. I think then. Wow, close. Oof. Super choppy. Very choppy. Okay, so we've lost that one. That was quite interesting. We nearly got to that level. It was very, 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 very close, but unfortunately it didn't hit. I don't see any divergence here or anything like that. I like this though. Here, if we have a look, that's quite interesting. Let's go back onto a 5-minute. This is the same day though, so let's go on to a different day. Okay. 5-minute time frame. Let's have a look and see what we can find. Okay, so with this, Asian session taken out. Now we're starting this trending market structure. Let's continue. Then we can get into a trade here. So break, retest on that 1 hour level. Divergence again, we're starting to see, from here. Quite a small divergence. Okay. But with this, do one more candle. We're going to, gosh, there you go. Stop on the low. We could have got into another trade there. There you go. Now we'll do one more because we're 2-1 at the moment on the losing side. Let's see if we can get another one. There you go. Unemployment has just come out. It's come down, hit this level. Okay, this might be a neat buy. Let's do something like that to take the highs. Stop loss underneath the level as well. This is going to be the last trade that we're going to get into. And the reason why we're taking this trade, so we've got this low. Okay. And you see the divergence on the oscillator as well. Okay, that's the reason why we've had a push down once, massive wick, twice, couldn't break any lower, push up, retest, continuation trade. That's what I'm looking for right now. Oh, that's how we do it. Gosh, I love back testing. Woo. Okay. Now, that is the MACD. That's how I use the MACD. I don't use the MA lines or anything like that. Take it with a pinch of salt. Go in, test it out the way that I've done it. See if you like faster moving MACD, if you like a slower moving MACD. But you start to get an idea of how you can use it with levels and with divergences. So you can notice when momentum is dying and when price and orders are getting absorbed, where you can anticipating continuation in the trend or reversals. And we'll see you in the next one.